All right, yeah, this is a bit bare bones on its face. The defendant was not under oath, but I don't have any reason to doubt what she's said here. In fact, let's put it under oath. Ms. McLean, you swear to the best of your ability, any statements you made here will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes, I do.
And everything you've said so far about the inspections that were done, the electrical, the mechanical inspection, and the agricultural labor camp inspection, those were true? All right, we are back. We're going to address a zoning violation matter. We did have a personal protection order hearing at 10:30 that took us up till before the lunch hour. And this matter is the only thing we have scheduled for this afternoon. So let me... The title of the matter, there are two files, 251466ON and 14670N, both versus people of Fabius Township versus Mary Ann McLean. Miss Mary Ann McLean is here, and Gary McLean, who also resides on this property, is here by themselves. Attorney Aaron Geschwind is here on behalf of the township. Before we address anything, I have received date stamped yesterday a stipulation to withdraw as counsel from Nicholas Spiegel from Christ, Enderley, Hudgens, and Borsos, who had been representing the McLeans. It's dated August 14th by the McLeans and the 13th. Ms. McLean, at this point, you wish to no longer have the services of Mr. Spiegel, is that correct?
Well, he quit. I didn't ask him to, but I can proceed.
All right. Ms. Geschwind, do you have any opinion regarding that or any objection to Mr. Spiegel's withdrawal?
Your Honor, I did file a written motion. The long and short of that is I have no objection based on the allegations made by Mr. Spiegel.
I didn't see your motion.
Let me see what date it was filed.
Can the volume be turned up at all?
What's that?
Can the volume be turned up at all?
Well, they did turn it up. Maybe it's me you can't hear. We've got some hearing aids, some headphones if you wish to use those.
Please.
Yes.
Could you get a set for Mr. McLean? I'll try to speak up.
Your Honor, it was sent on August 11th. I can email the court a copy right now.
Yes, I don't know where it is.
All right. Who would you like me to send it to? It's my understanding Tab is not there today.
Yeah, that may be the problem. These things may be set aside somewhere, waiting to get filed in the file. For that, I apologize. Just to me, right here, and if Mr. Spiegel filed something other than this, I don't think I see that either.
I can
Ms.
send
McLean
you a
was
copy
there.
I can send you a copy of what he filed.
Yes, please. I shouldn't have to get it from you, but I'm not finding it in the file.
Okay.
You brought my copy, I didn't think of that.
Okay, you should have both in your inbox shortly.
Here's the first one. Well, I apologize. I haven't read these. And I didn't see Mr. Spiegel's motion to withdraw. All I got was a stipulation to withdraw. That's not good. So essentially, you're acknowledging you don't object to the withdrawal, so thank you for that. That's dated August 5th. It doesn't, maybe he sent it to you but never filed it with the court in light of the fact that there was a stipulation. Anyway, at this point, reluctantly, I'm going to grant the motion for him to withdraw his counsel. Ms. McLean did a more than adequate job of representing herself through most of these proceedings. I kept telling her I thought she could benefit from counsel, and apparently it didn't work out. So maybe it wasn't the best advice. Here's Mr. Spiegel now.
I'm not paying for it. Evidently he's watching.
He isn't actually withdrawn until I sign the order, which I just did. So in hindsight, we started early. We should have waited till 1:30, the appointed time. Mr. Spiegel, would you join us, please?
Yeah, you just said it, Your Honor. Until the order was signed, that's why I'm here.
All right, I've signed it, but did you actually file the motion to withdraw or simply file the stipulation and order?
We filed the motion, Your Honor, and subsequently, Ms. McLean did execute that stipulation. I believe we did.
Well, it's dated August 5th. It never made it to the court. So that's troubling. That's an institutional problem. People have been on vacation. But, all right. At this point then, I did appreciate the help. I was hopeful we could get this to the finish line. In fact, I wish this whole case would just go away and be done. Maybe everybody feels the same way. It's like Chinese water torture. At any rate, Mr. Spiegel, I will allow you to withdraw. I apologize. I didn't see your motion. I'll deal with that internally. But she agrees. She said she can represent herself. Opposing counsel does not object. No need to go into all the reasons. Let's just say there was a breakdown in communication. All right, you're excused. You may vacate. You can certainly watch the proceedings if you wish, but you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
This matter is a 2005 matter. It's now August of 2025. And we've been kicking this can down the road for months. Our last hearing was March. A number of things were going to try to be accomplished. I was very hopeful. We went from March to May. Last hearing was in May. That a number of things would be accomplished. I wrote in here, continue to Wednesday, August 19th. If passes inspection before that time, Spiegel would share that information with the township and the case could be dismissed. Continue the matter to today and allowed Zoom. And here we are. So, Ms. Geschwind, what's the posture of the matter?
At this time, I have received no notifications that inspections have even happened, let alone that they've been passed due to the reasons mentioned in Attorney Spiegel's motion to withdraw. It certainly seems that there's been a breakdown in the communication. There could be something that the McLeans have that I do not know about, but I have not heard of any inspections occurring, let alone being passed.
In his motion, which I just got, we discussed this case in March, we discussed it in May. Paragraph 3, Mr. Spiegel states, from the firm's position, there's been a breakdown of the attorney-client relationship related to the defendant's refusal to engage in agreed-upon inspections and maintain consistency in representations made to the court. And then he goes on to say there have been other issues. But one of the issues, the first one he cites, is the failure to complete the inspections. I was hopeful they would be done, the case would be dismissed, and Ms. McLean, what's your position regarding what's set for today?
Well, breakdown of communication has been on Mr. Spiegel's end.
Well, all right, so he's out.
Right, but.
But have the inspections been done?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My license has been in placard on the farm since June. So.
Your Honor, could I have a moment, please?
Yes.
You want me to get up there this time?
You're fine from there.
Your Honor, you know that my wife and I share the property, the total responsibilities of that, no matter what. I haven't been involved, my name hasn't been mentioned on anything, I know you're aware of that, and I appreciate that. And I also apologize for this whole mess with the attorney. We have had a breakdown in communication. There's been several times when we've asked him to do different things, of which he was late showing up different times for the meetings. He would take my wife off to the side right before a meeting when he walked in. He'd come into the meeting late because of it. There's other problems too, but that all will be taken care of. That's our responsibility to handle. We will do that. Look, one thing that bothers me about this whole thing, we started all this with the ordinance problems. The Fabius Township ordinance permits farm housing still today. I got the article right here if you'd like to see it or if you want me to read it, whatever.
No, I'm aware of it.
Okay, so I don't know why that is such a problem that we were kind of forced into doing the migrant camp thing. There's been several accusations by Mr. Kuhlman at different times, and that was one of them when he was here on witness stand, and he was quoting ordinances from R3 residential about all this, and we are zoned agricultural R1. So this is the ordinance that we were following at that time. And then he sat there and on the stand, and he said that he wasn't the one that put that placard on our door. I have a copy right here that's still on my door, dated and signed by Mr. Kuhlman. Mr. Kuhlman seems to abuse his authority, his shenanigans of whatever he's come up with. Even with you, Your Honor, you told us during this hearing one time that he did not get authority to put that on from you, and you were the only one that could authorize that. And some of these things...
Well, that wasn't exactly the correct quote, but they only get their authority from me, the zoning enforcement or many other things. They cite somebody, and just like in a criminal case, there's a presumption, and they have to overcome the presumption for the finding. So yeah, they can say, well, you got to do this. It isn't binding until the judge says you got to do it. So I made a sort of a statement on the record about it in the context of this case, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyways, there's the proof. The man did put that. He tried to say that, what was his name?
Randy Schmeling.
Randy Schmeling put that on the door. It was him. He did it. It's just some of his shenanigans that he is trying to enforce. He's taking advantage of the township. He's taking advantage of us. He's taking advantage of the court systems, and all this dragged out because of all these things, when he didn't even quote the right ordinances on.
Well, he is retired. He's no
I know he's
longer
retired. He's still
serving
taking
as-
advantage of the township by, like this. He says that he didn't do all these things, but he did. He's even using the wrong ordinances to try and make this hold up in court.
Well, let's see if we can get somewhere. Ms. Geschwint, well, first of all,
One more
Ms.
thing, Your
McLean,
Honor.
you say you've got the inspections that are at issue. What did
We
you
have
do
the
with them?
license.
Did you ever give them to Mr. Spiegel?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been notified, yes.
He, the last 2 times in court, said he didn't have this and didn't have that. Handed them to him myself. So, I don't know what he does with them. Those have to be hung in visibility.
You ordered the township to get an inspection on the property, and then that didn't even work.
All right, I have in front of me, Ms. Geschwint, an agricultural labor camp license for Critter Creek Farm, effective June 23rd, 2026. One house, family or single gender owner, occupancy 8. It's from the Services Division of the Migrant Labor Housing Program. At one point, the township had said if they can get the migrant housing, we could close the case. This does appear, have you ever seen this?
I have not, Your Honor.
Would you ask Jen if she could scan this in, and my secretary left on a family emergency, I'd have a clerk in here, and email it to me?
Took a little longer than anticipated. We ran into a
Well, you
water.
were in here a time or two earlier in the week. Why didn't you file that then?
I thought Mr. Spiegel might.
Oh, well, you're right. At that point, you were still represented by an attorney. Good point. Up until 5 minutes ago, you were still represented by an attorney. So you're saying you did provide it to him?
Yes.
Yes, ask Lapita if she would scan it and email it to me, and I'll email it to Aaron. And make a couple, is that my copy?
You can have those. I've got more.
All right. Yeah, have her scan it so I can email it to Aaron. So the inspections that we discussed, were some state inspections. Some had been done, the electrical, well water, I think some of those were done. And then if passes inspection, maybe dismissed. Do you have any other reports that you gave to Mr. Spiegel that you'd like to give to the court?
He didn't want copies of the actual people who inspected. The state doesn't come down and do the inspection.
Do you have any inspection reports?
Not with me. I can tell you who did the inspections.
Well, not with you, it's not your style. You usually got everything at your fingertips.
Sorry, I wasn't sure.
All right, yeah, who did the inspection?
Harrison Electric out of Fabius Township did the electrical. And we passed with flying colors, even though it was done forever ago. We're above code on that. Cool Breeze Mechanical, Sean Bortnick out of Three Rivers, who had installed the air conditioning and the heating system just a couple years ago, looked at it and said, yep, that's my work. It's still up to code. It's working. So
did you provide that information to the Department of Agriculture?
Oh,
the
yes.
People that gave you the migrant housing
Yes, absolutely.
So you gave that information to them?
To the state, yes. To get the license, it had to all be done.
All right. When did Harmon Electric do the inspection?
The what?
Harrison Electric. We were here in May. Was the inspection after May?
I think so, yes. About a week. The
And
only thing
Cool
that held us
Breeze
up was the water
after
test.
May.
We had a little trouble with some good always comes out of everything. It turned out our bladder had failed on because we have an in-ground 5-inch well, and the bladder had failed. We didn't know it. It was causing some problems with the quality of the water, so.
And it probably makes your
Electric got higher,
run
but
all
how
the
do you
time.
know, right? They always get higher, but at any rate, it replaced the tank and did all the work on the well, Lewis well, C&D pump out of Three Rivers. Ryan Lewis did that, and it's all new and done, and we're back in business.
They also, the state sent an inspector to physically look at everything.
Yes,
Inspect the rest.
Say that the state inspector came out and physically looked at
Yes.
everything. This thing doesn't have a name on it.
his name is Andy, know that by heart.
Do you have any other correspondence?
Andy Raymond at michigan.gov.
Andy Raymond?
Yes, he does all of the inspections. I was surprised to know there's like 28 migrant housing in Three Rivers in the city limits. I was surprised to learn that.
Oh, in order to do this, I have to spell Geschwind right.
Unfortunately, yes, you do. I think I spelled it correctly in my Zoom name.
Geschwindt. Thought you were in my library, but you're not. Has it arrived yet?
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
All right, thank
Right. If the court would permit, I guess I thought that we had agreed to potential building inspections as well as fire inspections were part of the underlying cause. I'm not sure that the state labor license, camp license, inspects that, and I don't see any report of that being inspected. So if the court would permit me to have, say, even until a week from today to just verify with Mr. Raymond that those things were inspected and passed, I would appreciate that.
All right, yeah, this is a bit bare bones on its face. The defendant was not under oath, but I don't have any reason to doubt what she's said here. In fact, let's put it under oath. Ms. McLean, you swear to the best of your ability, any statements you made here will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Yes, I do.
And everything you've said so far about the inspections that were done, the electrical, the mechanical inspection, and the agricultural labor camp inspection, those were true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Absolutely. You can't get a license unless,
Yes, I know from some of those 28 houses in Three Rivers are landlords that rent to migrant workers. And in order to rent a tenant to a migrant worker under this particular act, you have a pretty rigorous inspection. And so I'm aware of it from my duties as the landlord-tenant judge. Yes, Ms. Geschwint, at one point you had represented if they got this license, that would satisfy the township. I think Mr. Coleman was of that mind. It appears that she's got it, but you wish to verify, further.
Yes, if the court would just give me, I mean, I'm happy to do it this afternoon.
Well, that's difficult to do. You don't know if he's there or what's there.
He usually
He's not.
answers right away. I can give her his email.
Well, all right, what's
have it.
his email address? Oh, she
have
has it. She works with him.
Oh, he does. See,
She's all over Southwest Michigan and township representation, so she's dealt with a lot of. All right,
The fire permit and all that, or the inspections were completed by that state. Man, that's part of the,
all right, fire inspections were also done.
yes.
And that's all that I need to verify, because there's just not much on here. It's different from the other ones I've ever seen. So I just want to ensure that those things were done and completed. And then I'm happy to follow up with the court.
My only goal, as I said, I wish we could get this case over the finish line. I don't wish to leave anything for my successor. So we gotta finish this by December 30th, because being shown the door as of that date. And I don't want to leave something like this for my successor to have to deal with. We've got lots and lots and lots of hours invested into this. Let's see what we've got for available time.
Your Honor, that.
Yes.
That, license has the number and everything attached to it that combines all those regulations.
Well, she wants to verify that, and I guess I'm gonna let her do it. I don't disbelieve you.
Well, it's online, they got all the, what you have to complete.
Well, for one thing, I didn't see this, or neither did she until 5 minutes ago. So, Mr. Spiegel didn't file it, you didn't file it because you were still represented by an attorney. So,
Yeah, I apologize.
I understand. So, in defense of her, she wants to take a look at it. Now, I often use Wednesday afternoons, odd-numbered Wednesdays, for these type of zoning hearings and other matters, but they're filled. I've got a mobile home case that I've been trying for weeks, and I've got juries on, let me see, I have on the 2nd of September. I don't have a jury on September 2nd.
Unrelated.
How about if we go 2 more weeks, maybe we can put this case to rest. September 2nd at 1:30.
can't do that.
That doesn't work for you?
He has a brand new shoulder put in next week, and that's the date of his appointment in Ann Arbor to see the
Okay.
doctor after. Those are hard appointments to get.
Do we need to be available if it's just about the,
Yeah, I'd like to. I got another ugly landlord tenant trial on. How about Wednesday, this is Fair Week, I'm not sure how that affects things, Wednesday, September 23rd at 10.
Yes, that works for me, Your
I
Honor.
have to do Zoom. My granddaughter will be in the show ring at St. Joe County Fair. with her
On Wednesday morning? Yeah, nothing's ever easy around here.
Can't disappoint her.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, but he doesn't have time. He's got to put it back on the record.
How about, well, when's his surgery? The
The 27th, if you've been Todman.
All right, how about Thursday, September 17th at 10.
Wide open.
Does that work for you, Ms. Geschwitz?
Yes, Your Honor.
At what time was that?
10 a.m.
Perfect.
It's not a normal time for this, but we'll fit it in. Now, Ms. Geschwind, again, you're able to appear by Zoom. You guys are able to appear by Zoom, but you're also welcome to come live. Now, just as a caveat, they were supposed to try a jury trial in here today. Judge Ball had come over here from Three Rivers. We have 4 courts, we only have 2 functional courtrooms. And one of these is this one, which is not ideal for jurors. It doesn't have a 12-person jury box, doesn't have a bathroom for the jurors, but it was the courtroom. And so every other month, we're going to try a case over here. Visiting judge will try cases while Judge Stutzman is recovering. So today was supposed to be a jury trial. They had 70 jurors show up this morning. One defendant pled guilty and the other case got adjourned, so they sent all the jurors home and I got my courtroom back. Otherwise, we'd have been in that little bitty hearing room and all the spectators wouldn't have been able to come in. So they would have come over here. I don't see that problem for the 17th of September. I don't know what Judge Pattison has for that morning, but normally that's a time that I've got the whole courtroom.
We were really afraid this would tie up today.
Now, in the meantime, Ms. Geschwind couldn't talk to you because you were represented by an attorney. She talked to Mr. Spiegel as recently as earlier today, but she couldn't talk to you. Now you're not represented by an attorney. So if she's satisfied with all this, it's a possibility this could be done without even having a hearing. My preference would be we put everything on the record in open court, but if you can work something out otherwise, that's all right. So we're going to continue this again. Continuance is the bane of our existence, but she wants to verify the representations you made. She has a working relationship with Andy Raymond from the state. She'll confirm it. Perhaps if it is reconciled, we can do some sort of a closing order, have it ready to execute on Thursday, September 17th at 10. At this point, I fully expect it will be in this large hearing room. If it is not, I'll try to let you know, because you're my classmates and other people that are here won't be able to come in the room. It's about the size of a closet.
I want to see how 70 people fit in that hallway.
Well, they've tried to get them. There aren't 70 seats in here. I'm not sure how many jurors. They summoned 71. I'm not sure how many actually showed up. All right, Ms. Geschwind, you will do your due diligence. We will continue this to Thursday, September 17th at 10 a.m. Hopefully we can get the matter to closure at that time. And is there anything else you'd like to place on the record?
I have nothing further at this time. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. McLean?
On the 25th of September, Roxanne Sieber put this, or Gershwin, excuse me, put this on the record that I was found responsible for a violation of the zoning ordinance. Just because I've done the migrant license doesn't mean that I'll be exonerated about that. And Wordlemans are really fussy about their names. And do I have to appeal this decision?
You may have to appeal that one, unless they just end up dismissing it somehow.
Because that was on the nuclear.
Yeah, that was a finding that I made a year ago.
On the nuclear option thing here.
Yes. So let's see where we get with this. Anyway, thank you all for being here. You're welcome. It's a public courtroom. This is being live streamed. There's no secret about it. So we'll take a final crack, I hope, September 17th at 10 a.m. You're all good to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you.